Hello everyone. So today we are going to discuss an important topic, that is scales in engineering graphics and design. Myself Naveen Kumar, Assistant Professor, Khalsa College of Engineering and Technology. So today we will discuss this particular topic. So let's start. So here we are going to discuss few important things, that is types and importance of units, plane scales, diagonal scales, and प्रॉब्लम ऑन द डायगोनल स्केल। तो ये सारी चीज़ें हमने यहाँ पे डिस्कस करनी है। सो वी विल स्टार्ट वन बाय वन। सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी विल डिस्कस व्हाट इज स्केल। सो sometime we have to prepare the drawing of an object which is very large and which is difficult to accommodate in our drawing sheet. In that case, what we do, we reduce the actual size of the object, so that we can easily prepare it in our drawing sheet. Okay, so to do this, we use scales. Okay, and when we reduce the scale, it is called as reducing scale. Okay, we reduce the actual size of the object which we are going to present in our drawing sheet by a factor, and that factor is called as representative factor, or sometimes we call it as a representative fraction. So in the scale, representative fraction is a very important term, okay, which is the ratio of the size of the object in the drawing to the actual size of the object. You must remember always, because to draw any scale, this is a very important parameter that we should know first. Okay, so representative fraction. Similarly, in case an object is very small and its dimension is quite small, and we have to show it on our drawing sheet. So to show it properly and clearly, or to make it understand, we have to enlarge the size of the object. For example, so if we talk about some electronic parts or part of any watches, wristwatch that we wear, so in that case you might have seen that the parts are very small. Okay, so to study those parts, an engineer what does, he enlarge the size of the smaller object so that a manufacturer or the designer can understand it better. Okay, so in that case what we do, we enlarge the size of the object by 2 times, 5 times, 10 times, likewise. Okay, so in that case the representative fraction is more than unity. In case of reducing scale, so representative fraction is less than unity, like 1 by 10, 1 by 2, 1 by 5, like that. But in case of enlarging scale, it is 2 by 1, 10 by 1, and like this. So it is always larger than unity in case of the enlarging scale, and it is always less than unity in case of reducing scale. And sometimes we prepare the drawing as a similar size, that is actual size is similar, and the object size which we draw on the drawing sheet, that is also similar. In that case, the representative fraction is 1:1. So here this is the formula that is given: dimension of the drawing to the dimension of the object, or the second definition of the representative fraction is length of the drawing upon the actual length. Similarly, sometimes the size is given in case of the area. Okay, in those cases, for example, the plot is given whose area is this particular meter square, okay, or centimeter square. In those cases, we have to convert again, find out the representative fraction, and the formula is, we have to take the square root. Okay, we have to take the square root of the area of the drawing upon the actual area. Okay, so as you know, the representative fraction is a ratio, so it doesn't have any unit. Okay, so after getting the representative fraction, our next part is to get the length of the scale. So how we can find out length of the scale? we can find out the length of the scale by multiplying the RF to the maximum length that we have to measure in the drawing. Okay, so these two things is very important to prepare or to make a scale, representative fraction and the length of the scale. So next is types of scale. Okay, so there are various types of scales, as we can see here. The first one is plane scale. A plane scale is used to measure dimensions up to single decimal places or a unit and its subfraction. Okay, like millimeter, centimeter, decimeter, centimeter, okay, decimeter, meter, likewise. So always it should be in continuation. It should not, we cannot represent millimeter and kilometer, okay, on the plane scale. It should always in continuation. Okay. The second scale is the diagonal scale. Diagonal scale is used up to measure up to 2 decimal places or 3 subsequent units like millimeter, centimeter, decimeter, okay, or decameter, hectometer, kilometer. Okay, 3 subsequent units. Always remember this point. There are some other types of scales also. That is vernier scale, comparative scale, scale of chord. Okay, so the scale here, the scale of chord is a unique scale that is used to measure angles. Okay, all other 4 are used to measure different lengths, but scale of chords is only scale that is used for measuring the angles. So this is a unique type scale. So here we are going to discuss only plane scale and diagonal scale that is given on our syllabus. So to understand how to the plane scale and its drawing procedure, we have taken a problem. The statement of the problem is as here: draw a scale in which 1 centimeter is equal to 1 meter, and to read decimeter to measure maximum distance of 6 meter, so on it a distance of 4 meter and 6 decimeter. अब ये स्केल हमने कैसे बनानी है, ठीक है ना? इसके लिए हमने क्या करना है? फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी विल सी द कंस्ट्रक्शन मेथड. So as far as construction method or construction procedure is considered, first of all we have to find out the RF, okay, representative fraction. Okay, so how we can find out the representative fraction? We know that the representative fraction is the ratio of dimension in the drawing to the actual length of the object. So here it is given as 1 centimeter is represented by 1 meter. So RF is 1 centimeter divided by 1 meter. So if we divide 1 centimeter by 1 meter, what will we get? We will get 1 by 100. Okay, because in the numerator there is 1 centimeter, in the denominator 1 meter, and we know that in 1 meter there is 100 centimeter. Okay, so 1 centimeter upon 100 centimeter. So centimeter it will get cancelled, and the remaining thing will be 1 upon 100. So our RF is 1 by 100 in this case, and then length of the scale, we know the formula for the length of the scale. It is RF multiplied by the maximum distance. What is the maximum distance here in the problem? We can see that the maximum distance is 6 meter. So we have to multiply RF, that is 1 by 100, with 6 meter. 6 meter means 600 centimeter. So 1 by 100 into 600 centimeter. So what we will get the length of scale as 6 centimeters. Okay. So now next what we have to do, we have to draw a horizontal line of 6 centimeter long, and we have to divide this line into 6 equal parts. Okay. So after dividing the line into 6 equal parts, we have to subdivide the first part into further 10 equal parts. Okay. So when we divide 6 centimeter line into 6 equal parts, okay, each centimeter, and basically this 6 centimeter long line is representing how much meter maximum distance? That is 6 meters. So each centimeter, okay, it will show 1 meter. So when we divided first part into 10 equal parts, so if you divide a meter into 10 equal parts, what we will get? We will get decimeters. Okay, and here we have to show the meter and decimeter. So our scale will be completed. So next is place the 0 at the end of first unit and number the units on the right side of 0 and subdivisions on the left side of 0. ठीक है? take the height of the scale as 10 millimeter. Okay, for getting a look of scale. So you can take different values, but it is standard procedure that we generally take 1 centimeter or 10 mm height for the plane scale. The next is, after constructing the scale, mention its RF and label it, which part shows the meter and which part shows the decimal, and then we have to show it 4 meter and 6 meter on this. So in the next slide we will going to see how the scale is formed. So this is the scale. So we have divided this line. This line is 6 centimeter long. We have divided it into 6 equal parts. Okay, and we have to start 0 from this end. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it shows meters. And as we have seen, the first part we have divided into 10 equal part. Okay, so meter is divided into 10 equal part, it becomes decimeter. Okay, so draw a vertical line from the 4 mark and from the in the left side from the 6 decimeter part. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and this is 6. From 6 we take a vertical and in between write 4 meter and 6 decimeter. And here we have marked the RF, that is 1 by 100. Okay, and we have shown on this scale 4 meter and 6 decimeter. So in this way our first problem is solved of the plane scale. Let us see the next problem. In the next problem, this is a different type of problem. Okay, so what it says, in a map of a 36 kilometer distance is shown by a line of 45 centimeter long. Calculate the RF and construct a plane scale to read kilometer and hectometers for maximum 12 kilometer and show a distance of 8.3 kilometer on it. Okay, so as we know the procedure, first of all we have to find out the RF of the scale. So from the statement of the first line, 45 centimeter long line shows 36 kilometers. So 45, the RF will be 45 centimeter divided by 36 kilometer. Okay, on the left side the calculation is given. So 45 centimeter divided by 36 kilometer. So if you convert this kilometer into centimeter, so centimeter it will get cancelled, and after simplification you will get 1 by 80,000 as RF. Okay, so how to convert kilometer into centimeter? We know that in 1 kilometer there is 1000 meter and in 1 meter there is 100 centimeters. Okay, so you have to multiply the 36 by 10 raised to power 5. Okay, to get converted kilometer into centimeter. And after that we know length of the scale is RF multiplied by the maximum distance. So 1 by 80,000 if you multiply by 12 kilometer, that is the maximum distance given in the problem. So we are getting the length of the scale as 15 centimeter. Okay, after calculating the length of the scale, the procedure to draw the scale is, so let's directly we are going to the figure. So this is the figure. So you have to draw a line, okay, that is equal to 15 centimeter. Okay, and then we have to divide this line that is of 15 centimeter long into how many parts? 12 equal part. Why 12 equal part? Because the maximum distance is given as 12 kilometer. Okay, so if it is 10 kilometer, then we have to divide into 10 equal part. If it is 8 kilometer, then we have to divide into 8 equal parts. So this is a very important decision to take. So given length to divide into how many parts, हमने जो लेंथ बनाई है 15 सेंटीमीटर लॉन्ग, उसको हमने कितने पार्ट में डिवाइड करना है. ठीक है ना, ये किसके ऊपर डिपेंड करता है? ये मैक्सिमम लेंथ के ऊपर डिपेंड करता है. तो मैक्सिमम लेंथ यहाँ पे 12 किलोमीटर है, सो हमने इसको 12 पार्ट में डिवाइड कर दिया. सो और फर्स्ट पार्ट में जैसा कि हमने पहले वाले प्रॉब्लम में किया था, फर्स्ट पार्ट को हमने फर्दर 10 पार्ट में डिवाइड करना है. ठीक है ना. सो इफ यू डिवाइड किलोमीटर इनटू 10 equal part, so it becomes hectometers. So right hand side shows the kilometers and the left hand side shows the hectometer. And what we have to show? We have to show on this scale 8 kilometer and 3 hectometer. Okay, So take a vertical from 8 mark, and on the left hand side from the hectometer take the third part, okay, and draw the vertical. In between draw the dimension line, and in between write 8 kilometer and 3 hectometer. So we are writing this in short, okay. So you must label the left and right side or different parts of the scale, that is kilometer and hectometer. So this plane scale shows two different units, that is hectometer and kilometer, and these dimensions are in continuation, okay. And what we can write 8 kilometer and 3 hectometer as 8.3 kilometer, okay. So this representation up to 1 decimal places that we use for drawing the plane scale. Hope you understand this particular problem, okay. The second problem, this is the third problem. This is slightly different from the previous one, but the procedure is similar. So what the difference in this problem is, the question is the distance between the two stations is 210 km. A passenger train covers the distance in 7 hours. Construct a plane scale to measure the time up to a single minute. RF is 1 by 20,000, 200,000. Indicate the distance traveled by the train in 29 minutes. So this problem is slightly different from the others one, okay. So let us see how to solve this. So first of all, in this particular problem, okay, we have to find out what is the speed of the train, okay. So distance is given 210 km. In how much time it covers this distance? In 7 hours. ठीक है ना. तो हमने क्या करना है, सबसे पहले यहाँ पे स्पीड निकालनी है ट्रेन की. तो डिस्टेंस, स्पीड हमें पता है क्या होता है, स्पीड अपॉन टाइम, और सॉरी डिस्टेंस अपॉन टाइम. So distance is 210 km and time is 7 hours. So 210 upon 7. So this will give you the speed as 30 km per hour. Okay. So the train travels in 1 hour 30 km. Okay. And as in the scale we have to represent the distance covered by the train in 29 minutes. Okay. Na? So 1 hour it means 60 minutes. So in 60 minutes train travels 30 km. Okay. In this problem you can see that the RF, that is the representative fraction, is already given. ठीक है ना. यहाँ पे जो RF है वो already given है, तो हमें यहाँ पे सेपरेटली कोई भी RF निकालनी नहीं है. ठीक है. तो डायरेक्टली हमने क्या करना है, लेंथ ऑफ द स्केल निकालना है. ठीक है ना. तो लेंथ ऑफ द स्केल वी नो द फार्मूला RF मल्टीप्लाई द मैक्सिमम डिस्टेंस. तो मैक्सिमम डिस्टेंस यहाँ पे हमने क्या शो करनी है, 30 किलोमीटर. ठीक है ना. तो RF दैट इज 1 बाई 200,000 इंटू 30 किलोमीटर. तो किलोमीटर को क्या करना है, हमने सेंटीमीटर में कन्वर्ट कर देना है. ठीक है ना. तो सेंटीमीटर में जब कन्वर्ट करेंगे तो क्या होगा, 10⁻⁵ से हमने मल्टीप्लाई करना है. ओके. सो इन दिस वे आफ्टर कैलकुलेशन यू विल गेट द लेंथ एज 15 सेंटीमीटर. नेक्स्ट हमने क्या करना है, दिस इज द प्रोसीजर गिवन. ओके, यू कैन रीड आउट. So the procedure is similar. So draw the 15 centimeter line. This 15 centimeter line will represent 30 kilometer and 1 hour. It means 60 minutes. ठीक है ना. So draw a line of 15 centimeter long. अब इसे कितने पार्ट में डिवाइड करना है हमने, इसे हमने 6 इक्वल पार्ट में डिवाइड करना है. क्यों हमने 6 इक्वल पार्ट में डिवाइड किया, क्योंकि ये जो लाइन है 15 सेंटीमीटर लॉन्ग की, ये रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है 60 मिनट. ठीक है ना. तो 60 मिनट को हमने 10 पार्ट में डिवाइड कर दिया. तो ईच डिवीजन विल शो अप टू 10 मिनट्स. ठीक है ना. 10 मिनट्स हर एक डिवीजन शो करेगा. और हमने इसको 6 पार्ट में डिवाइड किया, तो किलोमीटर ये कितना शो कर रहा है, 30. तो 6 पार्ट में अगर हम डिवाइड करते हैं इसको, तो 6 5 30. सो हर एक डिवीजन जो है वो 5 किलोमीटर एंड 10 मिनट्स को रिप्रेजेंट करेगा. तो जैसा कि प्लेन स्केल में हम फर्स्ट डिवीजन को फर्दर 10 पार्ट में डिवाइड करते हैं. ठीक है ना. तो यहाँ पे हमने क्या करना है, फर्स्ट पार्ट को फर्दर 10 पार्ट में डिवाइड करना है. उसके बाद नोटेशन इसकी सिमिलर देनी है. अब हमने देखना है कि स्केल कैसे ड्रॉ किया हुआ है. सो हियर इज द स्केल. सो दिस लेंथ इज 15 सेंटीमीटर. On the lower side we have marked as minutes. In the top side we have marked as kilometer. So 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 and the first part 10. So this is total 60 minutes. ठीक है. Lower portion of the scale shows the minutes and upper portion shows the distance in kilometers. So in 60 minutes it covers 30 kilometers. Okay, so in the problem it is asked to mark the distance covered in 29 minutes. So here the 20 mark is there for the minutes, and from this we will take the ninth division. Okay, so this distance is 20 in the minutes 29 minutes, and how much distance it covers? 0 to 10, and from this side it is 9. So 9 into 5, that is 45, that is 4.5 kilometer. Okay, so 10 plus 4.5, that is total distance is 14.5 kilometer. So in this way this problem is solved. Okay, so after plane scale we are going to discuss the diagonal scale. Okay, so there is a unique principle. Okay, so as far as differences are concerned, we know that the plane scale is used to measure up to single decimal places, and a diagonal scale is used to measure up to 2 decimal places, or 3 subsequent units and 2 subsequent units. Okay, so as far as principle is concerned, the principle of diagonal scale is based on the law of similar triangle. Okay, sometime in the examination question comes कि what is the principle of a diagonal scale. तो diagonal scale का principle क्या है कि ये जो है based होता है principle of similar triangles. Okay, in the left hand side the description is given. So how when we move from the C to A, okay, the horizontal distance changes. ठीक है ना, from point 1 to point 2, point 3, point 4 likewise. Okay, so here the calculation is given. So it's is very self-explained. So you can understand the important thing is how the and on which principle the diagonal scale is based. Okay, the diagonal scale is based on the principle of similar triangles. Okay, we all know what is the principle of similar triangles. Okay, so if you consider the triangle ABC, okay, and any other triangle, for example 2-2C, okay, 3-3C, these are all the similar triangles. Okay, so by using any two similar triangles we can find out the distance. Okay, how the horizontal distance is getting reduced. Okay, so now we are taking a problem to see how the diagonal scale problem is solved. The problem is the distance between Delhi and Agra is 200 km in railway map. It is represented by a line that is 5 cm long. Find its RF and draw a diagonal scale to show kilometer, and maximum distance is given as 600 km. Indicate on this scale the distances of 222 km, second 336 km, third 459 km, and fifth the next 569 km. Okay, तो whether it is a plane scale or diagonal scale, ठीक है ना, कोई भी स्केल हो तो प्रोसीजर क्या होता है हमारा कि सबसे पहले हमने RF फाइंड आउट करना है अगर गिवन नहीं है तो जैसा कि यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है फाइंड आउट द RF. सो RF क्या होगा यहाँ पे, सो क्वेश्चन में दिया हुआ है कि 200 किलोमीटर डिस्टेंस जो है इट इज रिप्रेजेंटेड बाय 5 सेंटीमीटर लॉन्ग लाइन. ओके, सो RF विल बी 5 सेंटीमीटर डिवाइड बाय 200 kilometer. Okay, so it will be 5 centimeter divided by 200 into 10 raised to power 5 centimeters. So centimeter it will get cancelled, and what we will get 1 by 40,000 as here. Okay, so this is the very simple calculation. That it is just a ratio. Okay, so you can find out. And another thing is we always represent RF in ratios, not in decimals. Okay, so always represent RF in ratios. 1 upon 40,000. Next is the length of the scale. So once you know the length of scale, you can easily find out the length of the scale. So RF multiplied by the maximum distance. So RF is 1 by 40,000 multiplied by, what is the maximum distance over here? It is given 600 km. So RF multiplied by 600 km, you will get length as 15 centimeter. So after getting the length of scale, what is the procedure to draw the scale? सबसे पहले हमने क्या करनी है, एक लाइन बना लेनी है, हॉरिजॉन्टल लाइन विद द हेल्प ऑफ ड्राफ्टर 15 सेंटीमीटर। उसके बाद हमने क्या करना है, इस 15 सेंटीमीटर लाइन को नंबर ऑफ इक्वल पार्ट में डिवाइड करना है। अब कितने नंबर इक्वल पार्ट में डिवाइड करना है वो किस पे डिपेंड करेगा, मैक्सिमम डिस्टेंस के ऊपर, ठीक है ना। तो मैक्सिमम डिस्टेंस यहाँ पे क्या है, 600 किलोमीटर। तो हमने क्या करना है, यहाँ पे 15 सेंटीमीटर लॉन्ग लाइन को 6 पार्ट में डिवाइड करना है, इक्वल पार्ट, ठीक है। तो 6 इक्वल पार्ट में डिवाइड करने के बाद हमने क्या करना है, फर्स्ट पार्ट को फर्दर 10 पार्ट में डिवाइड करना है, जैसा कि हम प्लेन स्केल में करते थे, ठीक है ना। यहाँ तक जो प्रोसीजर है वो सिमिलर है प्लेन स्केल की तरह, ठीक है ना। तो अब यहाँ पर डिफरेंस क्या है, ठीक है, प्लेन स्केल और डायगोनल स्केल में डिफरेंस यहाँ से स्टार्ट होता है आफ्टर डिवाइडिंग द फर्स्ट यूनिट इनटू 10 इक्वल पार्ट। इसके बाद हम प्लेन स्केल में क्या करते थे, 1 सेंटीमीटर की हाइट देते थे, ठीक है ना, स्केल को, या 10 mm की हाइट देते थे। यहाँ पे हमने क्या करना, डायगोनल स्केल में जो हाइट जो है वो 1 सेंटीमीटर की जगह 5 सेंटीमीटर की हाइट देनी है, ठीक है। तो दिस इज द चेंज फ्रॉम द प्लेन स्केल। सबसे पहले हमने क्या करना है, एक लाइन ड्रॉ कर लेनी है 15 सेंटीमीटर लॉन्ग, उसके बाद उसको 6 इक्वल पार्ट में डिवाइड करना है और फर्स्ट पार्ट को फर्दर 10 पार्ट में डिवाइड करना है, ठीक है। फर्स्ट पार्ट को 10 पार्ट में डिवाइड करने के बाद हमने क्या करना है, स्केल को 5 सेंटीमीटर की हाइट देनी है, ठीक है, 5 सेंटीमीटर की हाइट दे देंगे। उसके बाद क्या करेंगे हम, फर्दर जो हाइट वाली लाइन होगी, जो वर्टिकल लाइन होगी 5 सेंटीमीटर की, उसको भी हमने फर्दर 10 पार्ट में डिवाइड करना है, इक्वल पार्ट, ठीक है। सो लेट्स सी द फिगर। सो इन दिस फिगर you can see that the line is divided into equal part 1 2 3 4 5 and 6, ठीक है। तो हर एक 600, ये जो टोटल लाइन है 50 सेंटीमीटर की, ये क्या रिप्रेजेंट कर रही है, 600 किलोमीटर। तो 600 किलोमीटर लाइन को जब हमने 6 पार्ट में डिवाइड कर दिया तो हर एक डिवीजन जो है वो क्या शो करेगा, 100 किलोमीटर। सो दैट्स व्हाई वी हैव मार्क्ड हियर 0 and then 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. These are the kilometers, okay. And we have further divided the first part into 10 equal part, okay. So this is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 and 100. First division we have divided further into 10 equal parts. So each division is showing the distance of 10 kilometer, okay. And after that we have to divide the upper line, okay. You can see here the upper portion of the line similar to 10 equal part as the lower, ठीक है। इसके बाद हमने क्या करना है डायगोनल स्केल के केस में, तो 0 पॉइंट जो है ना, यहाँ पे 0 है तो यहाँ पे 10 है, ठीक है। यहाँ 10 तो ऊपर पे भी यहाँ पर 10 ही होएगा। तो हमने क्या करना है, यहाँ पे 0 को 10 से ज्वाइन करना है, ठीक है। सो दिस इज द इंपॉर्टेंट स्टेप। सो यू हैव टू join the 0 with 10 part, the first part, ठीक है। here this is the first part। तो 0 को फर्स्ट पार्ट से डिवाइड करना है, ठीक है। देन फर्स्ट को सेकंड से, सेकंड को थर्ड से, ठीक है ना। सिमिलरली here 9 को 10th पार्ट से, ठीक है, ये ज्वाइन हो जाएगा। तो इन दिस वे यू विल गेट ऑल द diagonals। सो here this you can see first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7, 8, 9, 10, ठीक है ना। these are the 10 diagonals, okay। So now how to take measurement on this scale? So as you can see that first of all we have to show the 222 किलोमीटर। तो हमने क्या करना है, 200 जो यहाँ पे हमने लिखा हुआ है, ठीक है, यहाँ से हमने एक वर्टिकल लाइन ड्रॉ कर लेनी है ऊपर, और यहाँ से 0, sorry this is 0, then 10, this is 20. So up to this 220 kilometer distance is there. So further we have to mark 2 kilometer, that is 222. So to marking this 2 kilometer, so what we have to do, we have to move upward. So this is from 220, this is 21, this is 22, the red mark, okay. So and from here we have to draw a vertical, and this distance is 222. Similarly for marking 336, you have to take extension from the 300 line, okay. And here third point up to here, this is 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35 and 36. You have to move upward on the diagonal, ठीक है, which is starting from the 30th mark, ठीक है ना। So in this way again here, from here take the vertical and do note 336 kilometer. And in the similar way you can mark 449 and 569. Okay. So this is another problem, that is a rectangular plot of a land measuring 1.2 hectare is represented on a map by a similar rectangle 8 square centimeter. Calculate RF of the scale and draw the diagonal scale. Okay. In this question you can see that the RF is not directly given. So first of all you have to find out the RF, and for RF calculation we have seen the formula in the first slide where the representative fraction was there. So it is the square root of the area on the drawing upon the actual area. So actual area is 1.8 hectare, and on the drawing sheet it is represented by 8 square centimeter. So 8. So in this way you will get the RF. Okay, and after that you can multiply it with the maximum distance, you will get the length of the scale, and after that the procedure is similar. So you can see, so you have to draw the given line length, divide into equal number part. Okay, again you can see that this is 0. Okay, this is 1, 2, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 100, and similarly for drawing the diagonal you have to start from 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, and in this way you have to draw the diagonals. You can see that the height, okay, this height is taken as 5 centimeter, and we have to divide into equal number of parts. So all horizontal lines, okay, are the. So what are the important questions can be there in the examination from this particular topic? The important questions are: define scale, or what is scale? Okay, what is, or define RF, that is representative fraction, and what is RF. Similarly, define diagonal scale. What is the difference between plane scale and diagonal scale? And the fifth one is, what is the principle of diagonal scale? Okay, these are the important questions that may come in the examination, and hope from lecture you all these questions and its answer is clear to you. Further, if you have any query, you can ask, or you can write in the comment box. Thank you very much for listening and attending this particular lecture. Thank you.